President Sisi stresses the need for Egypt, Cyprus and Greece to cooperate on Middle East developments and prevent conflict escalation. The 10th Trilateral Summit's joint declaration affirms collective commitment to peace and stability in the Mediterranean, Middle East and North Africa. And Egypt's central bank announces that international reserves rose by $157 million, reaching a historic high of $47.1 billion by the close of December 2024. You're watching the latest updates from Egypt on Qnews. Let's move to the latest developments. Welcome back. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, Prime Minister of Greece, Kyriakos Mitsotakis, and the President of Cyprus, Nikos Christodoulidis, have participated in the 10th Trilateral Summit. Over the past decade, Egypt, Greece, and Cyprus have advanced the trilateral cooperation across various domains, including in energy, economics, defense, as well as the political and diplomatic coordination. This partnership has involved high-level exchanges and multiple summits to advance joint projects and initiatives. Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi has emphasized the importance of cooperation between Egypt, Cyprus and Greece to address Middle East developments and achieve stability, aiming to prevent further conflict escalation. In his speech at the Egyptian-Cypriot-Greek summit, President al-Sisi called for intensified efforts to calm the region, address crises like the wars in Gaza and Lebanon, and achieve stability in Syria, Yemen, Libya and Sudan. He also warned against escalating the conflict into a comprehensive war, which would have catastrophic political, economic and security repercussions, including unprecedented waves of displaced persons and illegal immigration. President of Cyprus, Nikos Christodoulidis, has stressed the need to enhance peace and stability in the region. During the Egyptian-Cypriot-Greek summit, Nikos Christodoulidis emphasized the challenges in the Middle East and the need for cooperation. He also highlighted opportunities to strengthen collaboration in tourism, energy and security, and pledged support to Egypt in facing challenges, particularly within the EU framework. Greek Prime Minister Kyriakos Mitsotakis has expressed his concern about developments in the region, stressing that it has become less stable and secure. Mitsotakis called for the implementation of the two-state solution and efforts to achieve stability in the Middle East, as well as a ceasefire in Gaza and the release of captives. The Greek Prime Minister implementation of a transition to prevent further instability. Mitsotakis stressed the importance of the strategic partnership with Egypt, emphasizing its significance for Europe's security and stability. In a joint press conference following the summit, Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi announced the signing of several memoranda of understanding between Egypt, Cyprus and Greece. President Sisi emphasized the need for Syrian stability, discussed improving conditions in Libya, Sudan and Yemen, and stressed that an independent Palestinian state is key to lasting peace. President Sisi also highlighted the importance of joint renewable energy projects. The joint declaration of the 10th Trilateral Summit has affirmed a collective commitment to peace and stability in the Mediterranean, Middle East and North Africa. The joint declaration of the 10th Trilateral Summit expressed concern over the Gaza conflict, calling for a ceasefire, humanitarian aid and the release of hostages. It stresses addressing Middle East instability through the two-state solution and the establishment of a Palestinian state. Cyprus and Greece commended Egypt's efforts in Gaza and highlighted the need for a Syrian-led political process that respects Syria's sovereignty. The declaration also affirmed expanding tripartite cooperation to enhance regional and global stability. The Federation of Egyptian Chambers of Commerce is hosting the Egyptian-Cypriot-Greek Business Forum in light of the 10th Trilateral Summit between the three countries. Various Egyptian, Cypriot and Greek ministers are participating in the forum alongside more than 70 Cypriot and Greek companies and 200 Egyptian companies. The forum is scheduled to discuss ways to develop bilateral and tripartite cooperation. Discussions will also cover the energy, infrastructure, industry and agriculture, as well as transportation, logistics and health services. Egypt's Consul General in Marseille, Heidi Seri, has met with prominent members of the Egyptian community in southern France and Monaco during a regular gathering to address their concerns and needs. She emphasized the importance of maintaining strong ties with Egypt while valuing their connections abroad, highlighting state initiatives like facilitating investments and modernizing passport services. She reassured them of the Foreign Ministry's commitment to serving Egyptians abroad. Community leaders expressed appreciation for the consulate's responsiveness and efficiency in addressing their concerns. Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouly has stated that the gas field productivity has increased and it is expected to achieve savings of $1.5 billion from the petroleum products imports bill. He also explained that non-petroleum commodity exports have exceeded $40 billion. He also added that the non-petroleum commodity exports exceeded $40 billion, explaining that details of the offering of 4 companies within the offering program will soon be presented. Archaeologists have uncovered intact sections of the foundation wall of Queen Hatshepsut's Valley Temple in Luxor, along with the nearby tomb of Queen Titi Sheri, grandmother of Ahmose I, Egypt's first pharaoh of the New Kingdom era. The discovery of more than 1,000 decorated stone blocks on the outskirts of Hatshepsut's funerary temple above was announced by team leader Zahi Hawass, an Egyptian archaeologist and former Minister of Antiquities who has been leading excavations at the site since 2022. Minister of Health and Population Dr. Khaled Abdelghaffar has confirmed that the human metapneumovirus virus known as the HMPV virus has been recognized since 2001. During the weekly cabinet meeting, the health minister stated that the virus has been monitored as part of the influenza and respiratory disease surveillance system since 2023. He also reviewed operational mechanisms of the surveillance system across the country, as well as the monitoring sites. He added that there has been no increase in the number of reported acute respiratory disease cases in 2024 compared to the previous year. He also pointed out that the noticeable rise since the end of September 2024 is a seasonal trend that typically occurs in the fall and winter. The Armed Forces Department of Moral Affairs have signed a cooperation protocol with the National Media Authority as part of efforts to exchange expertise between the armed forces and the state's media entities. The protocol was signed by Major General Tariq Mohammed Hilal, Director of the Armed Forces Department of Moral Affairs, and the NMA Chief Ahmed Al-Muslimani. Major General Hilal emphasized the armed forces' commitment to working with the NMA to enhance community awareness and support national development. Meanwhile, Al-Muslimani highlighted the protocol as an opportunity to deepen collaborative links with the armed forces. The Ministry of Transport has signed a deal with Swiss company Madbouly for the financing, design, construction, operation and maintenance of a dry ports and logistics center in the 10th of Ramadan city. According to the Transport Ministry statement, these new dry ports will serve new urban communities through a network of railways and major needs as part of the corridors system. Madbouly, the logistics arm of the Geneva-based global transport logistics leader, the MSC Group, developed infrastructure for dry ports and logistics centers on the 10th of Ramadan per a 30-year deal signed with the Transport Ministry's General Authority for Land and Dry Ports in August 2023. The Central Bank of Egypt has announced that international reserves rose by $157 million, reaching a historic high of $47.1 billion by the close of December 2024. The rise continued a steady trend for NIRs in recent months, increasing from $46.94 billion in October to $46.95 billion by the end of November. On a year-on-year basis, Egypt's foreign exchange reserve balances increased by $11.9 billion in 2024 compared to $35.22 billion in December 2023. The Central Bank of Egypt has announced that the banking sector's net foreign assets recorded a surplus of $5.95 billion in November 2024, a notable drop from $9.2 billion in October. This decline follows an upward trend earlier in 2024, with the NFAs turning positive in May for the first time since January 2022. At its peak in May, the surplus reached $14.3 billion before shrinking by 58% to its current level. The Central Agency for Public Mobilization and Statistics has reported that Egypt's trade balance deficit declined notably in October 2024, dropping to $3.66 billion from $4.36 billion in the same months of the previous year. The 16% decrease highlights a notable improvement in Egypt's trade performance, driven by strong export growth and stable import levels. The Central Agency for Public Mobilization and Statistics have reported that the value of trade between Egypt and Cyprus reached $217 million during the first 11 months of 2024 compared to $108 million in the same period of 2023. Egypt's exports to Cyprus saw a remarkable increase, totaling $181 million in the first 11 months of 2024, up from $96 million in the corresponding period of 2023. Egypt's import from Cyprus rose to $36 million during the same period compared to $12 million in 2023. The Egyptian Meteorological Authority has warned of varied weather this week, including moderate rains, dense fog and strong winds across different parts of the country. According to the EMA, moderate rain is expected intermittently over the northern coast, northern lower Egypt and north of and central Sinai. Southern Lower Egypt and Canal cities and other parts of Greater Cairo may also experience light rain of intermittent intervals. In southern Sinai, strong winds may cause sand and dust storms. Dense morning fog is expected on agricultural roads, highways, and areas near water bodies. That brings us to the end of our news bulletin. Here is what we've been covering. President Sisi stresses the need for Egypt, Cyprus and Greece to cooperate on Middle East developments and prevent conflict escalation. The 10th Trilateral Summit's joint declaration affirms collective commitment to peace and stability in the Mediterranean, Middle East and North Africa. And Egypt's central bank announces that international reserves rose by $157 million, reaching a historic high of $47.1 billion by the close of December 2024. That's all for now. Remember to stay updated by following Qnews for the latest developments. Many thanks for watching.